So, when thinking about what to do for my senior speech, I wanted to consider everything that was unique to me. I've never been the best at sports or the most intelligent in my classes, so I wanted to stay away from things like that. There is one thing that sets me apart. So today, I'm going to talk to you about where I spent the first 16 years of my life. I was born in a small town in England, more accurately North Yorkshire. The town is called Harrogate, and I lived there from birth up until I moved to Texas in August of 2016. It's a small town with a rich history, and since 2013, it has consistently been rated as the happiest place to live in Britain. I'd like to take a minute to talk to you all about the history of Harrogate. Harrogate is what's known as a spa town. It gets this name because it has natural mineral waters that come out of the ground that have supposed health benefits. This was the main way Harrogate used to make all of its money, and since then, many different water companies have begun exporting Harrogate spa water. To show you all more of the town, I've prepared a couple images of my favourite places. These include the cenotaph, Betty's tea room, as well as the royal baths. In terms of location, I'm sure many of you are still unaware as to where I used to live beyond the general term of England or North Yorkshire. So on the map, I have Harrogate highlighted. This is about a 4-hour car journey or a 3-hour train ride from the capital of England, London. The closest cities to Harrogate are York, which is about 40 minutes away, and Leeds, which is 35 minutes in the other direction. So although Harrogate isn't a massive city, there are still lots of things to do, and it's for these reasons it's a very popular tourist spot. So when I first moved here, I heard a lot of misconceptions about England and what life was like there. I'd like to touch on some of these misconceptions and clear them up. So the first is about our love for tea. Although a lot of us do drink tea and daily, we do not have a dedicated tea time where everyone takes a break from what they are doing. If you hear someone talking about a tea time, they're most likely referring to to lunch or a dinner time, and often we don't even drink tea with those meals. Another thing I heard is about the English accent. It seems that a lot of people think the English accent is just one single accent. This is far from true. In England alone, there are around 56 main accent types with hundreds of variations of each. An example of this is the Yorkshire accent, which was my original accent. So to people outside of Yorkshire, they all may sound similar, but to people that grew up living in Yorkshire, we can hear difference in accents that come from towns only 5 to 10 miles apart. Another example is the Cockney Dialect. So this is a very unique dialect in that it introduces a lot of rhyming slang. So some things you may hear if you visit Cockney are apple and pears, meaning stairs, dog and bone, meaning phone, and baked bean, meaning queen. There is, however, one specific accent that we think of when we think about a proper English accent. This is what's known as received pronunciation, or RP for short, and is also known as the Queen's English. This is what most people consider true English, although most people aren't naturally born speaking like this. A lot of people spend time learning to talk this way as it gives them an edge in things like job interviews and is seen as a respectful and polite accent. So throughout this speech, I realised there aren't many things that you may be able to relate to. So I'm going to show you some areas in the UK that you may recognise if you're a fan of popular TV series or movies such as Game of Thrones and Harry Potter. The first one, if anyone here has watched Game of Thrones, I'm sure you'll be aware of King's Road. This was filmed in Northern Ireland using the dark hedges. This is one of the few areas that uses almost no CGI. Next, from Harry Potter, Hogwarts was filmed in Alnwick Castle, Northumberland, England. A lot of Hogwarts was made with CGI, however this area has none at all. Hogwarts is also filmed in Durham Cathedral in Durham, England. A lot of people say that the Durham Cathedral looks most like Hogwarts, as many different areas from inside it have been put into the movies. A popular TV show in England is Downton Abbey, and it's slowly making its way over to America. The main hall in Downton Abbey was filmed using Highclere Castle in Highclere, England, and some rooms inside the hall were even used to film during the show. I'd like to thank you all for listening. I hope I've taught you a bit about where I used to live, as well as cleared up some misconceptions. Thank you.